Everybody.
And the Good Shepherd Convent in Vicar. Okay. And Kimberly Maloche. Do I know her?
I think so. I think we know each other.
Isabel. I saw Isabel there. Was that Isabel I saw? Anyway. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's Isabel. And about Jamie. Hello, Jamie. And Mercy Danielle. Yes.
Hi. Hi, guys.
I tried to put the background. I don't know how to put.
That's why I was busy just now doing it.
I tried to
Ready for
Put my background.
Okay. Ryan. And Maureen McGowan. I know her.
Maureen is there.
And Shanti.
I'm gonna stay there.
Good evening, sister.
And Clesia. Oh, look at Clesia. She's from Rome.
Terbalik lah. Oh dear, mine is terbalik.
This is great.
Dolores. Carla.
Good evening, sister. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Hi, sister.
Maureen.
So we are
Ryan.
this event.
From the Philippines.
Hello, everyone.
Gigi. Who's Gigi? Gigi is hiding. And there's Jonita. And Imelda.
Hello, sister. Good evening.
Good morning.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm sorry.
It's morning in New York.
Hello, sister.
Yes.
Good evening.
Okay, good morning.
Say
And
hello,
Bernadette.
sister.
Hello, good morning. I don't know who's talking to me now.
Ay, terbalik ah.
Oh, Salome. Oh. And Bina.
Hello, Winifred.
Okay. Oh, this is marvelous.
Hello,
Hello,
background.
And Sashi. I must be back to the top again. I see Sashi coming up again. Okay. Sashi. Bina. Hello.
Hello, sister. Sister
I'm the
Bina.
other way.
Hello. I'm Sister Bina. Good evening to you.
Oh, Sabina. Hello to you. Beatrice. Hi.
Ah,
Mercy, you cannot get your background.
And
I
Flora.
got it. I got mine already.
now I got it correctly, just back upside down just now. Mirror
I also-
effect. Now I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so to begin with,
I'll be quiet now.
okay. So, good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us today to celebrate the incredible journey of Sister Winifred. I'm so excited to see everyone here today in your fabulous outfits, and you are certainly bringing out the party mood. So, wow, we have so many participants from all over the world joining in. So let us do a quick check to see where everyone is joining in from. So please use the mental link shared in the chat and select where you are joining in from. However, if you are unable to use the link, please feel free to share your responses in the chat. So yeah, all of our participants could could click the mental link, and we'll see what countries are. Okay, so we've got Brooklyn, USA, India, Malaysia. Also, you all could use the QR code as well. So we've got Malaysia, Manila, I guess Philippines, India, Malaysia, Indonesia, Malaysia. Wait, there's a lot now.
Malaysia a lot.
Canada's Philippines, Singapore, New York, Philippines, Australia. We see Vietnam as well. Australia. Got Nepal as well. Okay, so wonderful having all of y'all from all over the countries. So, dear Sister Winifred, thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm sure you can make out how happy we all are seeing you today. So, my name is Crystal, and I'm thrilled to be one of your hosts today. I'd also like continuing in. And I'd also like to introduce my fellow hosts, Sugandha and Jasmine. And before we dive into our program, I request everyone to rename themselves by their name followed by the country. And while you're at it, let's all switch to our virtual background celebrating Sister Winifred. Yeah, I think all of us have got the virtual backgrounds ready. And now I'd like to invite everyone to participate in a quick emoji check. So please select an emoji that you feel best represents your current mood and share it in the chat. So we can see Sugandha with all the hearts popping out.
I see Isabel's heart emoji in the chat.
There's a lot of party emojis with the confetti and the party hats going on. Winifred's given us a red heart. Yeah, so we see a lot of heart emojis coming out. So now I'd like to begin today by sharing a story of Sister Winifred that I hold very dear to my heart. So as we celebrate Sister Winifred's incredible legacy today, I'm reminded of the times that we joined together, advocating for change, be it at events for the International Day of the Girl Child or the Commission on the Status of Women. Sister Winifred wasn't teaching me how to speak confidently. She was teaching us to speak for those who couldn't. So I remember saying, Crystal, remember to pause, count 1, 2, and 3. So I just keep on repeating this, but then that has been a core memory of mine. And this wasn't just about timing. It was about making sure our message for justice was clear and powerful. Each pause was a moment to honor the voices that we were representing. And not to forget, I cannot thank Sister Winifred enough for her endless emails sent to her colleagues and partners all over the world during my Art for Wellbeing competition organized by the WHO and PMNCH. So quick recap to when I was selected for the top 10 in singing category. 60% of the decision was on a voting basis. And I just sent a quick message to our Good Shepherd Asia Pacific group. And the next day, Sister Winifred copies me to a long email sent with a quick introduction of me and my work to her colleagues, requesting them to view my song and to cast their vote. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Sister Winifred. And I'm so, so grateful for you, sister. And Sister Winifred, you have guided us through more than just speech. You have led us through the complex paths of advocacy, mental health, girls' rights, and more. So as you move into retirement, know that your spirit of advocacy And your lessons in resilience echo in every word we advocate and in every silence that we respect. And as we celebrate Sister Winifred's retirement, we also honor the canonization of St. Mary of Frisia, which is also on this date, the 2nd of May. And Sister Winifred's life of service beautifully reflects the enduring legacy of St. Mary of Frisia, whose spirit continues to inspire our community. So, what a significant day to mark both these occasions, celebrating the profound impact of their shared dedication to compassion, justice, and care. So, thank you for empowering us to change the world, one word, one pause, and one moment at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal. Speaking of memories, we have a mission partner, Mrs. Gloria Bond, here with us today to share her experiences of engaging with Sister Winifred during her term in the Asia Pacific Justice and Peace core team. Over to you, Mrs. Gloria Bond.
Good morning, evening, and afternoon to all of you. It is such a privilege to be invited to say a few words at this gathering, specially arranged to toast Sister Winifred for her remarkable contribution in the area of justice. What's happening? Okay. I was the Justice and Peace Contact Person of the province of Singapore and Malaysia in 2006, and a member of the Asia Pacific Justice Peace Core Team from its inception in 2008 till 2016. I was then a coordinator of the Asia Pacific Network from 2013 to 2016. Winifred, on behalf of these teams in which I have worked in, whether in the province or the Asia Pacific Network, I can't thank you enough. Your dedication helped us reach our goals. From not knowing enough of what to do initially, we grew from strength to strength with your expert guidance, encouragement, and support. Many of the initiatives associated with justice and peace are still very much alive in the Asia Pacific region today. Orange the World Campaign, International Women's Day, World Peace Day, Environment Day, and so on, just to mention a few. The Good Shepherd Asia Pacific Network's participation in the Asia Pacific NGO Forum on Beijing Plus 15 in Manila was the highest point for us in the network. It had the largest numbers of 37 delegates representing one organization in the forum. Sisters and mission partners from 11 countries in the Asia Pacific region came together to support and attend the event. Thank you, Winifred, for your guidance and support here. The many capacity building, training workshops and sessions in the 4 justice priority areas, namely migration, human trafficking, economic justice, ecological justice, which you painstakingly conducted for us, was such a great help to us all at the Asia Pacific Network. They provided an overview of the issues of concern in the region as a whole, which needed to be addressed attentively. Also, very importantly, Sister Winifred, with you as our representative at the UN, a role which you held steadfastly, gave us a very clear insight into how our special consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the UN actually works for us. You were our voice. Winifred, this list can go on and on and on. Thank you. On a personal note, your friendship, laughter, and making yourself available at all times makes working with you an enjoyable and memorable time and experience for all of us at the Asia Pacific Network. Once again, on behalf of the network, I wish to thank you, Winifred, and may God shower his choicest blessings upon you always. All the best in all your future undertakings, and remember, you are always welcome to this part of the world, especially during the durian season. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Gloria Bond, for your heartfelt message of Sister Winifred. It was during COVID that I first met Sister Winifred. I was 12 years old. Together, as we gather to wish her and thank her for all that she is to us, I would like to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to Sister Winifred. She has had a profound impact on my life. What I learned from Sister is to speak clearly and to speak with passion, to believe in what I do, and that no one's too young to be a change maker. Sister Winifred, I love the way you express your thoughts, your clear speech. I really admire all that you have done for the environment and for women and girls. Sister, you have taught me to overcome challenges with grace, and I must say that you have $1 million smile. I'll never forget how sweetly you encouraged me when we had one of the events at 2 in the morning. I am truly grateful for your time and feedback to help me grow and develop. Your words of encouragement have given me the confidence to reach for the stars. Sister, it is my dream to be like you and work for justice and peace. I consider myself very fortunate to have got to know about you, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am inspired by your strength, your joy, and commitment to make a difference in the world, and yes, to make a cool change. I am truly blessed to have you in my life, sister. And now that you may have less meetings, please do come and visit India. For having known you in the last few years, I only imagine that you will continue to do lots of good work in Ireland. I pray that our Good Shepherd continues to lead you to green pastures and fresh waters. May you continue to bear fruit in abundance. Thank you, sister.
Thank you, Jasmine, for that beautiful and inspiring story. I think everyone can agree with us that Sister Winifred's $1 million smile is iconic. I love that smile so much. It makes my day every time I see it. So now, sister, we have a very special treat for you. We are now going to be seeing a video with messages from girls made for you from all over the world. So, yes. Ms. Shashi, that would be the next slide. Is just a fraction of all the messages and all the girls you've inspired over the years. It is incredible to see the impact you've made and how many more you've inspired along the way. Sister, I'm sure this brings back several fond and cherished memories. Thank you for being a North Star and guiding us through these turbulent waters and being our rock through thick and thin. Now we have another special video. I know it's a lot of videos, but please bear with us. It is one movie, sister.
I'm very happy to be here tonight and to talk to you about CSW 65, which is an experience beyond my wildest dreams. I just can't believe that it's happening for Good Shepherd around the world, that we are all together and engaging with the Commission on the Status of Women and having our own moments shared with each other through the virtual platform of NGO CSW.
I am Winifred Doherty, your NGO representative at the United Nations. For us to enter into a frank dialogue between politics and the economy in the service of life. So that's my overall vision, to enter into that dialogue, and that's part of my daily work with the United Nations.
Sister, I hope that video brought back so many memories, because these are moments that you've shared with us and we treasure those moments from the very depth of our hearts. Every one of these stories adds a unique narrative to your legacy. With that, I too have one story that will forever remind me of you. Whenever I think of Sister Winifred, there's this one memory which somehow always seems to pop up. It was the GFA Adolescent Town Hall back in May last year, and it was my first speaking role at an event like this. And I think it was safe to say that I was extremely nervous. So to help me with my script and help calm down my nerves a bit, Sister Winifred and a few others hopped on a call with me. Now, mind you, I'd heard so many things about Sister Winifred over the years, about how she was so cool, so amazing, so inspiring, and just absolutely brilliant. At that moment, I couldn't help but feel a bit overwhelmed and nervous about messing up. But then it was as if Sister sensed my anxiety. She approached me with that reassuring and radiant smile of hers. That smile has been brought up in all of our stories, Sister, because it has been such an important part of our daily lives. Every time we see that smile, it just it makes our day. Your presence alone made my racing heart calm. You spoke to me in that gentle yet firm tone, assuring me that I was capable and I was going to be just fine. Your advice to me was simple yet profound. Always keep a glass of water next to you so that your voice can be heard loud and clear. I still follow that advice to the day. I have a glass of water right next to me right now. I never attend a meeting without that glass of water. From that moment on, that glass of water, it just became more than a prop. It was a symbol of empowerment, a reminder to speak with clarity and conviction. Another simple yet brilliant piece of advice was to always stand and practice in front of a mirror. This is one thing that I have followed religiously for every single event. Just before this meeting, I was standing in front of my mirror practicing all over again. These are some very small memories, but the impact on my life is enormous. Sister Winifred helped me realize that it isn't just about standing there and delivering a speech. It is about connection, firmly believing in the message I share, owning my voice, and making myself heard in a world that often tries to drown us out. And it doesn't just stop at that one event. It has been so many countless events over this past year. I remember Sister Winifred's countless emails, her edits on my scripts, her WhatsApp messages. Sister, you have always been there, no matter what. You have always been there to guide, support, and encourage us, and that is something we truly, truly appreciate. It is because of you that I stand here today with such conviction. Since then, you have become an influence that stays with me forever, a guiding light in my moments of doubt. Whenever I feel uncertain, I remember your words and your unwavering belief in my abilities. And I carry on, speaking up, making my voice heard, just as you taught me. For you, sister, it is not about just sharing a speech. It is about empowering others to find their voice and speak their truth. And for that, I will forever be grateful. Thank you, sister.
And thank you for that story, Sugandha. And it is absolutely clear that Sister Winifred's influence extends far beyond what we could ever imagine. So yeah, now let's have some fun. We have prepared a game where we'll show pictures of Sister Winifred over the years in various engagements. Please guess the event in the chat or please raise your hand if you want to speak, whatever you are comfortable with. And after that, I would like to invite Sister Winifred to reveal the correct answer.
Over to you, Jasmine.
Okay. Okay, so in this photo, could anyone name one person in the picture apart from Sister Winifred?
Isabel. Oh.
Would anyone like to guess?
I can see Miss Maria's hand raised.
Oh, yes. Please go ahead, Miss Maria.
I think that might have been an accidental, but Jasmine, I see a message in the chat.
Oh, we can see. Oh, Isabel's put Alexis and Kimberly.
Any more answers?
Anything else?
Any more guesses? Kimberly, please don't guess. I know you know everyone who's there in the picture. Oh, yes.
The other person in the picture is Cecily Kern. And Cecily was before the days that we went IT. So I don't think she was known to you the way Alexis was. Alexis did all this background work and getting all this technology together and meeting with you and moving ahead. She was in the background doing all that. Yes. And of course, your own Kimberly is there now.
I see a lot of responses in the chat. Alexis, Kimberly, Cecily. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right.
Oh, Cecily is here in the meeting. She says hi. Hello, Cecily. Nice to have you here with us. Oh, can we have the next picture, please? So these are all fond memories.
I think, Ms. Shashi, if you could go back one slide. Um, now, as many of us recognize, there was a Lexus in the picture, and it has been party time in New York. Several people have come in to celebrate Sister Winifred. One such person who attended was Alexis, who was also part of the previous picture, as we recognize. Since she cannot join us today, we have a very special message from her to Sister Winifred. So I will read it out loud. Working for Good Shepherd, Justice, and Peace changed my life and has inspired the work I've gotten to do in my graduate studies, and I know it'll influence my future work in the ministry, most especially working with Winifred and the girls. Winifred has been and continues to be the most incredible mentor. I am so very lucky that I had the chance to learn from her during my time in the office. Her support in my ministry journey has meant the world to me. Watching the girls come into their own, advocate fiercely, make real change, and take on projects in their community is so inspiring. I could not be more proud of the work they are doing. They inspire me daily, and their work and commitment to a better world keeps me going. Also, a huge thank you to the adult leaders in AP who make sure that girls have a chance to engage in the work. It is a joy to work with all of you. I know Alexis isn't with us today, but her message is absolutely beautiful. So I think we can all take a moment to acknowledge that and how wholeheartedly we agree how such a brilliant presence Sister Winifred has been in our lives. So if you could go to the next picture, if possible. We will let our internet load a bit because the internet seems to leave us hanging. The next picture, please. Yes. Okay. So can anyone tell me who is the girl in the picture and a sister of the congregation in this? And can you recognize them? The people in the picture, please, please, please do not answer. Let's see everyone else guess for some time. Please feel free to raise your hands if you'd like to share off mic, or you can share your message via chat. I see Miss Claire answering. Yes, that is Sister Ernestine. And who is the other girl? I wonder who that is. I don't seem to recognize her. Does anyone recognize who that girl is? I see Crystal's hand raised up. I see Jasmine's hand raised up. Miss Shashi, does anyone else seem to recognize the girl who was there in that picture? Sister Winifred, do you know who that is? Or is that just some stranger's picture we've seen to have added by mistake?
Oh, I know that girl well.
So, Sister Winifred, can you share the story behind that picture? I'm sure we would love to hear that.
This was, for me, the highlight, I think, of the engagement of Asia Pacific with the Justice Peace Office when Isabel came. She's from the Philippines with her family to visit in the Justice Peace Office. Her mother and her brother and her father and her uncle, if I remember correctly, were the people who came. And so Ernestine was in the office from Madagascar, and she was an intern attending another one of those events, the high-level political forum. And you girls did a splendid presentation a few years back in terms of the JCOR and the high-level political forum. But to go back, like, this was just a marvelous moment. And of course, I was wanting to make sure that they knew all about the SDGs. So I had all my props out. You can see them on the table. But they were able to tell me everything about the SDGs. We needed no props. So it was a most marvelous moment. And in many senses, it was symbolic of the whole of the Asian Pacific family being engaged. It was almost as if this family represented all of your families and throughout all of the countries, and that they gave time to come to New York to do the tour of the UN, come down to the office, and it was a most enjoyable and memorable time. And as I say, for me, it was symbolic of all of your families being present, all of the whole of the network of Asia, however many countries it is, and it's more than 5 or 6. And so, it was just that moment, just delightful. And to think that, like, Ernestine was there. Kimberly, where were you? Or were you there at all? I really don't know. Isabel, what do you want to say about it?
I think Kimberly was supposed to be there, but she had I'm not sure if it was an errand or somewhere else to be at the time. But
Maybe.
I think so, yeah. But I'm glad it was a very happy memory for you. I don't know if this is Miss Sashi asked me to speak. I don't know if this is when I'm supposed to speak. Is this when I'm supposed to speak? Not yet.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Isabel.
Okay. Hi everyone, good day. As Sister Winifred said, I am a girl advocate from the Philippines who was lucky enough to be able to have been work under her. So I started working with the Good Shepherd Justice Peace Office in 2021, but I don't think I was able to officially meet Sister Winifred up until 2022, because before I started doing the Girls Caucus, I worked strictly with Asia Pacific, but Girls Caucus was the first time I worked globally. And I did not know anything about Sister Winifred coming in, which I'm very sorry to say. But it was lovely to find out that she was a very supportive and passionate person when I first met her. So passionate mostly about Ireland. She talked a lot about Ireland during one of the caucus meetings, as one should about their homeland, right? But more importantly, she's very passionate about advocacy. And so from every meeting I've had with her onwards, she was always cheering us on and making sure that we knew our work was important as we championed other girls. And so it made the work a lot more worthwhile. The second thing I learned about Sister Winifred is that she's a very joyous person. So I think Suganda and Christelle said so many things about your smile. And I can confirm that in every meeting we've been in together, you were always smiling. And when you opened the door to me and my family during our visit, I can never forget the sheer joy on your face. And it was so surprising because you also hugged me. And I'm so glad that I think it was a very joyous occasion for both of us. We had a very long conversation during my visit. And so the next thing I learned about Sister Winifred is that she is a very courageous person. So I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to say. So I'm going to keep it vague. Whether it's coming to a new country or facing passport problems in one of her mission areas, Sister Winifred was always brave enough to come, to be present, just so she could do her mission and her advocacy, and I admire that about her. But I think one of the stories that stuck out to me that she shared was speaking up against child labor, against Tesla. And I thought that was very cool because for those familiar with Tesla, it's a very big corporation. She talked about getting heckled but still pressing on to defend the rights of children. And I think as we work towards advocacy, it's very okay. It's unavoidable to get pushback, but it's very admirable that Sister Winifred did not give up against the pushback, and I think that's something that we should do.
Because mine only.
Unmute, Isabel.
You're-
Unmute.
Hello. When did I stop?
You can go ahead. It's totally fine.
Okay, right. The last thing I learned about Sister Winifred is that she's a very thoughtful person. She was very happy to know that the university I study at now is where she stayed when she was in the Philippines. But when I said goodbye, she also gave me a wonderful book with a sweet note signed by her, Alexis, and Kimberly. And I keep this because it's a wonderful story about advocacy and displacement and war, but also because I can never forget the feeling of I guess being loved by Kimberly and Alexis and Winifred. Right, Suganda, it's a very good book. And so as we say goodbye to Sister Winifred's work in The Good Shepherd, I just want to say we will forever remember your legacy. Thank you for taking care of us. Thank you for encouraging us to move forward with our advocacy. And I just want to say that I think wherever any of us go next, may we all remember to be like Sister Winifred. May we stay supportive, may we stay passionate, may we stay joyous, and may we stay courageous. So thank you so much for letting me be a part of your work. And I'm so glad to have met you.
Thank you so much for sharing that story, Isabel. I think Sister Winifred loved it a lot. I think we can make it out from her face. I think she loves the story, so do we all. I love the book, especially. I love the book. So now we have the next slide. Jasmine, if you're and these are pictures from Isabel over few events, which she's worked with Miss Shash, Sister Winifred. Jasmine, over to you.
So we all know that Sister Winifred has been a part of many different things. So one of the things that Sister Winifred has done is she engages with our educators. So does anyone here remember this event and its significance? Okay, so let's ask Ms. Sashi, the chairperson of the Shepherd Educators team, to explain to us about this event.
Can I send you soft copy?
Hi, Winifred. I can see you overwhelmed, but actually I'm feeling on top of the world, I should say. Like all the girls have had some story. Let me share a little bit of a story of how Winifred has inspired all our educators, me being one of them. Today, if I'm able to stand up and, make sure that I'm on track, and so are we as Good Shepherd educators. It's many thanks to the little journey that we have shared with you, Winifred. And in the very recent one, when we had our meeting saying, go mad, go make a difference. We had Winifred here with us, the whole bunch of educators across Asia, all the schools, the formal schools, all of us came together. It was a happy celebration on the occasion of the birthday of St. Mary of Asia. And we wanted everyone to come on the same page. And who else can we find but Winifred to come there into our midst and share about how justice has to be at the core of education. And I think that was a very powerful message, Winifred, for all of us. And I should say that the team of us have been so inspired that recently when we met, also we're still chirping and talking about how we should live up to the congregational calls to action, particularly holding justice at the heart of education. So that was a very special moment. And I really thank you, really thank you so much, Winifred, for kindling that flame in all of us. I'd like to leave the thunder to the girls today. So I'm going to give the mic back to the girls to continue their stories. Thank you so much, Winifred, because the girls are here and we would not be here as teachers if not for the girls. And the girls will not be here if not for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sashi Miss, for those very nice words. And also, we're all here today because our educators have molded us and shaped us. So we thank all our educators at this moment. Okay, so moving on to our next slide. So how many of us here remember this artwork and what it signifies? What event relates to this artwork? So we acknowledge the artist of this beautiful work. Her name is Paula. And this artwork was presented to Sister Winifred at the conclusion of the webinar series on the Good Shepherd position papers in Asia Pacific in 2020. So how many of us here remember this artwork? Can we have a show of hands or some emojis? Yeah, I can see Crystal saying, yeah, for sure. How can we forget such a beautiful memory? Oh yeah, I can see thumbs ups. Nice. Okay, moving on to our next question. What does this artwork signify? So can we have someone speaking? Oh, what about, I can see Willa's hand raised. Okay, maybe that was my mistake. Anyone else? Would you like to share what this artwork signifies? Or you can even put your whatever you think about it in the chat. Just whatever you see, whatever you think this artwork makes you feel. Yes, Teresa ma'am, could we please have your views?
Yes, I remember this artwork very well. It was done at the end of the position papers, the webinar that we had, and it's in appreciation of Sister Winifred sharing with us. And if you can see on this artwork, it's got the roots, which are the root causes of a lot of injustices that we experience. And you will see this wave which talks about all the different things that can be done to overcome and to address the root causes. Like we have listening, we have awareness, education, trauma healing, self-empowerment, and self-sufficiency. So this artwork captures the 6 position papers and what we shared during those times. And Paula, who is here with us, may also want to share something.
Oh, thank you. I'm very happy just to, I love this picture and I often look at it as one of the best pieces of work I've ever done. But what I always say is that when you're doing a good picture, you have to have really good content. And Winifred supplied us with magnificent content week after week after week. And if you look really carefully at that picture, where the root causes are, if you look very carefully in the background, there is a word. And that word in the light color is poverty. And it moves across all of those root causes. So yeah, it was a delight. And thanks, Winifred, for the opportunity to help bring to life what was a sensational series on those position papers. Thanks.
Thank you. It was very nice to hear from the artist of the artwork. Thank you, Paula. And Jamie as well.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your amazing responses. I love the chat, and I see Miss Magdalene has recognized these as well, and so has Miss Dolores. So now we have a very small activity. So we'll be sharing a Mentimeter link in the chat box. And if everyone could describe Sister Winifred in one word, if you can share it via the Menti. If that's not possible, please feel free to share it in the chat. Oh, and I see a message for Sister Winifred. Sister, it reads, thank you for all the women who have participated today. Thank you, Winifred, for your work of education and advocacy. Each of you here are an inspiration to me. I have seen so many messages like these for you, sister, and you mean so much to every single one of us. So please feel free to send in your responses in the Menti, or you can just share it in the chat. Ms. Shashi, if you could go to the next slide, please.
And we've got quite a lot of responses right now. So we've got inspiring, awesome, leader, committed, good shepherd, cool and calm, girl champion, courageous, leader, amazing, irreplaceable, inspiring, passionate, open-minded, indispensable, Wonder Woman, of course, Wonder Woman, a beautiful soul, advocate, kind-hearted, all-giving, spiritual, champion of advocacy, zealous, mentor, rock star, gem, fearless, makes people think wider, beautiful, supergirl, passion-filled, generous spirit, hero. We've got a lot of responses coming in. Unique, compassionate, visionary, all-giving, energetic, sportive. Yeah.
I can see the Menti link completely filled with so
Exactly,
many.
exactly.
Okay. Oh, I see so many more messages.
Oh, there are so many
Passionate
on
for
the chat as
justice.
well.
Oh, okay, there's a chat also, right?
Full of zeal, courageous, fantabulous. Oh, that's nice.
I love that word. It's so cool. It describes us
Yeah,
so well.
same here.
Fearless also, excellent woman, empowered woman.
Full of zeal, like our founder, Saint Mary of Regia.
Okay, so thank you everybody for sending in all of your inputs for the Mentimeter. So to another segment, this is a quite special thing. So we sent a special gift for Sister Winifred from her family here at Asia Pacific. And here it is. Can we see Sister Winifred holding it?
Asia Pacific girls, as you all know, love Winifred very, very dearly. They have been shaped and mentored and inspired by you, and I know, knowing you, you've been just as inspired by them. So, they have managed to send a gift all the way from Asia Pacific, and we're gonna get it out. Oh, thank you so much. It actually is, it's very similar. And it says, Sister Winifred Doherty, champion, advocate, and young girl at heart. With love, Good Shepherd family of Asia Pacific. Round of applause for Winifred, everybody. Cheers to Winifred!
And a big thank you goes out to Kimberly as well, because without Kimberly, none of this would have been possible, because it was initially a very small idea that came from all of us. And Kimberly, you made it come true. So thank you so much for getting it to Sister Winifred. So how does everybody feel about the video and the gift? Could get some responses on the Zoom chat.
Oh, Kimberly, we've got you on Spotlight. Oh, I see so many amazing responses in the chat. I love it. Oh my gosh. Seriously. Thank you so much, Kimberly, for getting this gift across. Because for us to send it from here, it would have been a task. It would have been such a crazy task without your help.
Truly, truly.
I know how much we've annoyed you with the constant text, but like you're amazing.
Okay, so now, yeah. So now the moment that we've all been waiting for. Sister Winifred, would you please share your thoughts with us? The floor is yours.
Oh my. I mean, what thoughts can I share? You brought back memories that I hadn't even remembered. So to each of you, what can I say? Like, thank you seems very inadequate, but indeed, thank you, Gora Mahagot. Deep, deep gratitude. And Mary Euphrasia said, and I think they say it's an old French saying, gratitude is the memory of the heart. And I think what you have done this morning is, in gratitude, brought the memory of the heart and evoked yet again in my heart the memories that we have shared together. And what a powerful witness each one of you young women and girls, and what tremendous opportunities you've have because of your parents, because of your teachers, because of the school environments in which you are, dare I say, privileged to engage in and participate in. But you do that in such a wonderful way with the deep, deep consciousness that is part of who the Good Shepherd family is, that like we are always, you, I, all of your mentors, Sashi, all of your teachers, all Good Shepherd sisters, all of the partners in mission, all of the mission partners, whatever way we want to describe ourselves, we're all one big happy family. And we all at heart hold a space and a desire for a better world, not just for ourselves, but for each and every person. And as Jasmine, our climate warrior, eco warrior, not just for ourselves as human beings, but for the whole of the beautiful cosmos creation that has been given to us by the Holy One, the Creator, the Almighty God, this wonderful new awareness that is, not something that certainly I grew up with, and I'd say many of your mentors and that might be kind of coming to my age wouldn't have grown up with it either. And yet here you are as young women leading the way, teaching us, both in terms of your outreach and your concern for those who do not have the rights and the opportunities that you have, and the rights and the respect for nature and creation. So like you are the lifeline to the future. And at the United Nations, Kimberly is busy working on the Summit of the Future. I know that we in the office put in our own statement, but the working group and girls, and maybe you were part of it, also put in their statement. And so, what is the future? And who is the future? And if we don't have a planet, well, there is no future for humanity. But the great desire of the world community, and it can seem difficult to see it at the moment because of the fracturing of the world, the pain of the world, the hurting of the world. how we are disrespecting one another, unable to talk with one another, unable to go beyond the conflicts we might have and resolve them in a way that is of mutual benefit to everybody. The world is in a very pained position at the moment. And you and I and all of us around the world know of that. And all of our prayer is for peace, is that war would end. And indeed, when this now is where I begin to stumble when I want to remember who said what. And when Paula was talking about the root causes, and the root causes are poverty, and we've known it for years and years and years. We've known it, and yet there is no shortage of money for war and for destruction. And just think if all of that could be taken and used in terms of the well-being of people and planet. So enough of my preaching this morning. You brought back so many memories of my engagement with you and of the engagement of the office. And like you highlighted for me, like none of it is possible unless we are working in teams and networking with one another. And so I couldn't do one iota if I didn't have Cecily and Alexis and Kimberly in the office. And before that, there was Claire Nolan and Yolanda Sanchez, and Miriam was in Geneva, and Ernestine in Africa, and Marta Ires in Latin America, and on and on it goes. And how marvelous for me to hear Gloria speaking, because Gloria is our champion. I'm only a pale reflection of the zeal and the desire for justice and right that Gloria holds. And I heard her when she was talking, echoing how that has spread throughout the region of Asia Pacific. And then I don't know that I heard anything from her this morning. Like the guiding light is Teresa Simmons, who without even being seen, has this ability to bring us together. The whole sharing of the position papers was a huge and treasured moment of reflection, both by the office and with you in Asia Pacific. When I look at the attendance, the participants, how many were there month after month, twice a month, over 100 participating, engaging. And like, it wasn't just a one-off. The whole series was done. And not alone was the whole series done, but there was the application of it, which really is the kernel to bringing it home. The application every month. And then the further application that, of course, I don't see, but which I experienced the fruit of, is that you yourselves brought it home to your own country, to your own mission space, to your own ministry. And so we have this marvelous moment of the educators throughout Asia Pacific taking this on. And, a big thing at the United Nations and a justice issue is participation and people using their own voice. And so, I mean, the Working Group on Girls was there when I came to New York. It wasn't something that emerged. And I think if you go back and you ask Claire Nolan, she might be able to tell you when it actually happened. But our very first effort, or my very first effort in trying to bring or send a girl to the US to engage in CSW 51. I remarked that you were talking about CSW 65, but this was going back to CSW 51, I think it was. And it was a review, the first review of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. And I heard was it Gloria speak about the Review 15 in Manila and how Asia Pacific participated. And but anyway, Claire put out her usual letter, like we send out still, saying like any chance that any girl could come from anywhere. And so I was in Ireland on holidays from Ethiopia, and even though I had over 1,000 children, you know, we used pride ourselves on having 100 children in every class. 51 were girls and 49 were boys. That's how we did our gender equality in those days. And so, like, of the 1,000, well, 505 or something would have been girls, and the rest would have been boys, 495 or whatever. So I couldn't think of anybody, you know, at home going through them. And so I wrote to Mary James and I said, you know, anyone in your program? And she said, oh, yeah, Megadeth. And so we spent a year preparing Megadeth. And she actually arrived in Washington, while she never actually got to New York. But that's another story. But the story is that the involvement and the wish to have girls participate and engage according to the L platform, which was the first time that the girl child got this moment and recognition of how she is discriminated against over and above that of any woman, beginning from birth, and sometimes even not being allowed to be born. So that is all part of how we got here. And what a marvelous culmination, and what a marvelous hope for the future to find all of you young women eager, coming from college life, coming from your senior years in school, wanting to participate and engage in the healing of the world, in the bringing about of gender equality, in ensuring that, you know, and you in your struggle, that no girl experiences a violation of who she is, of her sexuality, of herself in her body, mind, or spirit. What a marvelous journey we're on together. What a vision we have and we hold. And as I go into the shadows, into retirement, I said this my very first event, because the application went not from just looking at the theory of application, but to actually doing it. And so the fruit of much of the story that you shared is the actual doing of it. And so isn't that marvelous? And so at the end of, I think, our very first CSW platform, our IDG platform, I don't know what, I forget all dates and they all get mixed up in my mind. But at the end of that very first event, where we had girls in a panel, and you know, we were all nervous. It's not like as if it was ready grown on a tree. We were all nervous, and we had a variety of girls, and it was who was it from India was on the panel with me?
Sanjana.
Sanjana, yes, Sanjana, and you spoke so wonderfully. And we even touched on controversial topics. And I remember sussing it out with Sanjana before, and she said, "That's no problem. We know about that in our school." And I said, "Oh, look, why are you worried, Winifred? These people know everything, you know." And that's the marvel about it. You know everything. You're engaged. You're taking the best of your education and the best of everything that's being offered and using it for the good of other girls and of the world generally. And so we touched on that controversial issue of, gender identity and whether one is lesbian, gay, transgender, whatever. And, you know, we even went on and we had our webinar, even though it's not a position paper, because in all of our hearts, we respect the dignity of the person, whoever that person is, in whatever way that person presents themselves, with their pain, with their hurt, with their confusion, etc. They, in our eyes, are worthy of respect, and you are offering that. I'm not going to go on any longer. It's just such a joy to see so many of you here. And of course, I have to pay tribute to Sashi, who is at the helm, and Jill, who was in the school in Manila, and to our friends in Annalie and the girls in Sri Lanka. Wasn't that marvelous, that very first song that we did, that the girls in Sri Lanka did? I sometimes play that still, you know, footprints on the sand of time. Most beautiful. And so for all your talent, coming from our Paula and her beautiful artwork, I was so touched when I saw that, and she captured not just the whole position papers, but me with my unique hairstyle at that time. She has that up there in the corner, and I said, "Oh, isn't that nice?" Something. So thank you, Gloria and the Durian. Yes, we had such fun over that. And really, my year in Manila and going around Asia was so enriching for me. And so to each one of you, sisters would have known me from those days. We've journeyed together all the years. Some I've met since, some I haven't, but we're always connected, you know, whether it's on the webinars now and the whole Zoom experience. And we're linked beyond those technical links, because we're all caught into this web of God's love. And that's what I wish, that we all remain in that web of God's love, doing what we can to bring about justice and peace in the world. And so to the congregation who puts the office there to be of benefit to the congregation, to each one of you who take up this journey, this seeking of the dignity of every person, to my workers, co-workers in the office, my collaborators, my friends, my colleagues, to the sisters, Claire Nolan, to the communities in New York, to your provincials, to everybody in the whole world. And of course, Joan comes from your very own region. So, I mean, what a joy for all of us. And thank you. And I don't think this will be the end. I think we will meet in other ways, in other times. And if it's not on the internet, it certainly will be in heart and mind and prayer and in spirit. So to each and every one of you, if I've forgotten somebody, please forgive me. Speak up now or forever be silent. And as I said at the first time, the words that we pray sometimes at night, the prayer of Simeon, now God, dismiss your servant, because my eyes have seen. And Simeon was looking on Jesus. My eyes have seen the salvation. And so I can say that prayer saying, my eyes have seen each one of you. And blessings on you, your families, your friends, your school, your mentors, your teachers, your countries, everything. Blessings and peace. Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sashi. Thank you to the moderators, facilitators. Thank you to your teachers. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to New York, to the Justice Peace Office, to Kimberly and Alexis and Cecily, to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. And as always, we are immensely grateful for that impact of yours. And we are humbled to have been able to host today's event. So once again, thank you for your inspiration and for your unceasing energy towards your great work. Thank you.
Now we would like to open the floor for anyone who'd like to share messages or any blessings with Sister Winifred. Sadly, we'll only be able to do 2, and please try to keep them short as we're running a bit over time. So if anyone would like to speak, please raise their hand. We'll also be sharing a Padlet link so everyone can share their messages, so Sister Winifred could read them when she gets the time. We'll be sharing the link shortly. So if anyone wanted to share anything with Sister. Oh, I see Miss Maria's hand raised. Please go ahead, Miss Maria.
Hello, Winifred. Do you still remember me?
Yes, yes.
I just like to share a little bit an experience with her. She was my junior mistress in Ethiopia, actually. And so I know how working with her, actually. And one thing that I remember one day, I was in Amersfoort in the Netherlands, and she was writing me email in the morning. I opened it and she said, I know Gorliti will scream when you know, and I am in Sipol. And yes, the guy said, wow, why is this here? Actually, it is close to me, no, only 2 hours. At the end, I went to the airport and tried to meet her, but it was cannot. I remember when you fled. And at the end, I think the people in airport trying to call Winifred, but she knows it was not, the time is not managed to do that. And one day after that, we met again in Amsterdam, we talked, and she said, Golti, I'm going to have interview with Sister Claire Nolan. I was thinking, wow, she will be a great person in UN, I think. And I said, oh, is it? I said, and after that, yeah, I follow. And after that, when I was in LGIT, I met Sister Norin. And what she said to me, Goretti, you know that Winifred will be in UN. What do you think? Surely, yes, it is very good, because one day in Ethiopia, she was also working together with the UN in Ethiopia. Yeah, Winifred. And one day she showed me a journal that she made about her work. And it was really amazing. I was feeling like what the way she write in for the journal, it was really touching my heart. It was really great. It was really deep. It was really making me like have the way how to think wider, So I think Winifred, I witnessed your work, your dedication, and the way you have really focused about women and also, and other things that I know. She's really, I think, respect other people thing, So thank you.
Goretti, I always remember when you were visiting Ireland and I brought you to visit my family. my, sister, my sister knows everything about food and she keeps putting on food and food. And Goretti is like a little robin and she eats, she eats everything. Anyway, I have such happy memories of being with you and our mission together, and our nights playing cards and down with Deborah's Aid and things like that. Yes,
Thank you.
yes, as if it was
Thank you.
yesterday. Thank you, Goretti.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Winifred. Love you.
Thank you.
If there was anyone else who'd like to share a message and come off mic, you could please raise your hand. I see a lot of messages for sister in the chat. I will read out some because some of them are amazing. Let me find. Okay. Oh yes, I see Miss Taskila's hand raised. Please.
Oh, Taskila.
Thank you, Sister Winifred, for being a guide, mentor. I too have been part of with Gloria in the Asia Pacific core team, and you have so much supported and you have inspired us to move forward, and really a model and inspiration for me. And I really look at you as a model to work for justice and peace, to be more passionate, to work wherever we are, and also to work for the justice. So I have also long experience with you, and even though I have not lived with you or been, but many meetings we have met, we have shared our inspirations and your inspirations with us and with me. So I really admire and look at you as a model. Thank you, sister, for your dedication and commitment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Taskila. Always lovely to see you.
So now, sister, I think you mentioned something about a song. I might be wrong, but I think you might have mentioned something about a song. So Shashi, can you share the screen, please?
Step of life, I grew up to be strong and compassionate, no matter what comes by. I'm invincible, I've got a voice that you will hear, 'cause I am a girl and I will change the world. I train myself in dignity, stand for what I believe, take a leap forward to the place where I belong. I'm gonna break the barriers, I'm gonna take pride in myself, I'm gonna show what I could do to be ashamed. We are willing, we are ready to leave our footprints on the mighty sands of time. We have our visions and inspirations, with joy and power we climb unequal rise.
I hope you like the song, Sister Winifred. We just to clarify, we added this before you mentioned the song. It was there from the beginning. And so with that, we come to an end for the day. Thank you, sister, for your enlightening and heartwarming words. It has been an honor celebrating your journey with us today, with all of us here today. Thank you for being our harbor and our light, never letting us get lost. We will forever hold you in our hearts. But this is definitely not you getting rid of us. We are not that easy to shake off. Thank you, everyone, for joining and contributing to this beautiful event. We are forever grateful for Sister Winifred's impact, and we will strive to enrich and uphold the legacy she leaves us with. Now, I would like to request everyone to please turn on their cameras for a group photograph. I know we're a bit over time, but it'll just take a few minutes. Everyone, please turn on your cameras. We would love to take a nice group picture. I see so many. I see so many cameras on. Let us take a screenshot in, I think Miss Teresa, if you could take the screenshot.
Okay, are we ready? Everybody smile. On the count of 3, I will press the button. 1, 2.
Maybe we could also add the heart. Can we also show the reaction, Teresa, so that all of us have one reaction also on the image?
All right. This is for the first page on my screen, okay? 1,
Okay.
2, 3. Very nice. I'll now go to the second page.
Oh, there was.
You just keep smiling. And on the second page, there are many people without their videos on. If you have enough data, please turn on your videos so that we can have a nice picture.
No, better here.
All right, so your emojis, please, your heart emojis. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Just one last thing before we all leave. If everyone could come off mic and at the count at 3, 2, 1, can we all say we love you, Sister Winifred? It's just a small shout out. If everyone could unmute. Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes. 3, 2,
one.
We love you,
Love you,
Winifred.
Love you, Winifred.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Thank you,
you.
Sister Winifred.
Bye. Bye, thank you.
Thank you, Winifred. Yes.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye bye.
Happy retirement, Winifred. God bless you wherever you are.
Amen.
That's a retirement. We will continue to work with.